Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I look kind of like a hot mess right now. My hair, I got these weird little baby hairs here sticking out and it's just like stuck up with a clip, but I am going to do it before I finish this video, I promise. But I did want to come on and film a quick tutorial. Now I am using a palette that is sadly no longer available. This is from Too Faced. This is the Pretty Rebel palette, and this palette I've had for quite a while. I got it on clearance a couple of years ago. I think actually my unboxing of this palette was my first or second YouTube video, so I will link that down below. I know that one of my first videos was a Too Faced unboxing, and I know that this happened to be inside that box, and that was maybe 6 years ago. It's been a while, 5 or 6 years ago. But like I said, it doesn't get a lot of use. It's a very beautiful palette. This is what it looks like if you're not familiar with it. Very metallic shades, very pigmented, very creamy, very nice shadows, but you know how I like to do a lot of everyday type of colors, especially using like the Too Faced Natural Matte palette, which is my favorite. You can see these are the type of colors that I go to on a daily basis. So this one does not get a lot of love, but I had an idea in my head the other day and I really liked how it turned out, so I wanted to go ahead and film it with you guys today. So I'm going to be focusing on using this shade right here. It's called Girly, and it's kind of a green, blue, brown shift shadow. These were really popular a few years ago, and I know that MAC has a blue, brown shadow that you can get, which is basically the same thing, and also the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, that 8-pan palette that everyone talks about. That one has a shade very similar as well in it, and that's affordable. It's at the drugstore. It's like $5 or $6. So there are options for this color available. Unfortunately, I am using a palette that you can't get, but it is a fun look and I wanted to recreate it and share it with you guys today. So to start off, I've already done the rest of my makeup. It's just my eyes that I need to do, and I'm going to start off with a base, and I'm using the Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art little duo thing. It's got a cream shadow on one end and then like a glitter liner on the other end. It's very neat. I've had it for a couple years. I have a couple different shades. This one is in Sparkle, I guess. No, I'm sorry, it's in Desert Dazzle, and I believe it is still available at the drugstore. I've seen them at my Rite Aid anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and start by using this Army Green cream shadow, and I'm just going to put this all over my lid, and it's going to look a little crazy, but I promise that by the end of this tutorial it's going to be a really cool eye look. Like I said, I just had this idea in my head the other day, decided to go for it. I don't do a lot of like bold, crazy shadows, so it was definitely something kind of new for me to do, but I was very impressed with how it turned out. So I'm just doing the entire lid and then going on the other side and doing that also. And this is a creamy base. It's a cream product, so we do have to wait a few minutes for it to kind of set up and dry before we put our shadow, or if you're using a loose pigment, we do have to wait for it to set just a little bit so that we're able to blend out with it. I don't know why I'm struggling so much doing this eye. The other one went on so easy, and the other day when I did it, this eye went on no problem. And it was the other eye that gave me issues. Maybe it's the angle, because I'm trying not to block what I'm doing so that you guys can see. That's better. So this is a doe foot applicator, or like a flat doe type applicator. It's an army green color. These are like $7, $8, maybe $9. I've got like a peach one and a taupe one, and I know that there's a bunch of different ones, like a black base. I think there's a white base one also. And these you can use just the cream base and put the glitter on it. You can use just the cream base by itself. You can use the cream base with a shadow, whatever you want, pretty much. So I'm just gonna let this sit a little bit so it doesn't crease up too high. It's already starting to crease a little bit on this eye. This one is definitely setting a lot faster, but it is the first one that we did also. So while that sets, I'm going to tell you what brush I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the Royal & Langnickel Eye Shader brush, and it's just a very flat shader brush, and this is really going to help to pick up the pigment, the color of the shadow that you're going to be using. And so I'm just going to dip it into Girly, just kind of sweep it through, and then tap off the excess. Now I did do, like I mentioned, the rest of my makeup. You can tell I don't like doing my eyes first, even if I'm doing a dramatic look, because I just feel like I can't get the rest of my makeup to look as nice unless I do it before, if that makes sense. I know a lot of beauty vloggers, they like to do their intense shadows first, and then after they're done with their eye makeup, then they go back in with foundation and concealer. For me, that's not ideal for me. I don't like it, but I am able to sweep off the excess with a fluffy blending brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap this shadow, Girly, the one I talked about, or you can use, like I said, MAC Blue Brown Pigment, or the shade in Comfort Zone. I'm not sure what the shade is called, but I do know that it is in the Comfort Zone palette, and it's the 8-pan palette. So I'm just going to tap this on top of our cream base, extending slightly over the edge that we created, because we are going to blend it out using another shadow, and that's really what's going to create the look, is when we blend it out, and so it doesn't look so harsh. It doesn't have this weird army green, just like, I don't know, line pretty much. So just tapping this in place. You don't really need to do a lot of sweeping, just tapping it where we want it to be. And you can already see that it's shifting from like green to brown, and it's really, really pretty. So going ahead and tapping it on the other eye, and again extending slightly above the line that we created with the cream base. I'm just stuttering all over my words today, guys. It's been a long day. I sub-taught every day this week, which is wonderful, but today was a rough day. I had some children who did not want to listen, which always makes for a fun day. And my district, they changed minimum days from Friday to Wednesday, so we had kids all day today. And the grade level that I was in, it was subs. There was subs in every class because the teachers were out doing like testing for their students or something like that. So we had subs in every class. Okay, so now that I've got that pigment, that shadow in place, I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced Natural Matte palette. This palette has a wonderful warm shade in it down here, which I'm gonna be using. This is Chocolate Cookie. It's a really warm kind of gingerbread brown shade, and so it's got an orange tint that matches the shift in this shadow. So going in with my fluffy brush from Luxie, dipping it into that shadow, and then sweeping it into the crease and slightly higher, blending out the edge to create a nice seamless look. And you can see that it matches the shift. I don't know how well you can tell on camera, but in person you can definitely see that it matches the shift in the shadow pigment color that we used. So again, going in with the other eye, blending it together, smoothing out those harsh lines. And we're gonna go back in with the initial color, that color Girly, after we finish blending this out, and we're just gonna focus really on the eyelid area. Just making sure that your eyes are evened out. And you're still gonna see like the line that you created using the other shadow, but it's still gonna look more blended out than if you didn't do this. Okay, now I'm just gonna go in with my chubby brush thing that I have here and just kind of clean up the edges. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and sweep off the excess on my face. I'm just using a Luxie Precision foundation brush. I don't really use it for anything except for sweeping off excess shadows and whatnot on my face. Okay, now going back in, I don't know why I did that now, because I'm going to have to go back in and sweep off the excess again. But going back in with our pigment, our shade, Girly, and just really focusing it onto the lid on both eyes. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with a flat shader brush. This one's from BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to go in first with my chocolate cookie shade from the Natural Matte palette, and I'm just going to sweep this under my lower lash line, blending it into the blend that we made earlier on the outer V with this color before, and just sweep it all across the bottom of your lid, kind of blending it out, smoking it out a little bit. And doing the same with this eye. And I tend to focus a lot more of the pigment on the outer corner and just whatever's left on the inner corner. That helps create the nice smoky look. This is definitely a more intense look than what I normally do. It's not one that I would wear like to work to sub-teach in, but it's definitely fun for a night out. I'm going out with some friends tonight, so I thought I would do something a little bit different. Okay, now going in with Girly again with our same small flat shader brush and just applying it, sweeping it a little bit along like the outer third of the eye, I'd say. And again with this eye. Okay, so now that once you finish that, go ahead and take that same flat shader brush, the bigger one, and I'm going in with this shade down here. It's just a yellow gold shade. You don't have to do this, you can stop, but I did put it on last time and I really liked the look that it gave. So I'm just gonna take a little bit and tap it on top of my lid. This just kind of adds some more duochrome effect to the look, that's all. So now I'm gonna go ahead, where's my dome? There it is. My dome shaped brush. I'm gonna go ahead and take that with this shade right here. This is Ringleader. It's just a shimmery flesh tone color, and I'm just gonna take that to my inner corner and my underbrow. And you can tell that I already have some shimmer down here. I did apply just a flesh tone shimmer shadow all over my eyelid, brow bone already. And now I'm gonna go ahead and sweep off the excess for reals this time. And now I'm gonna go ahead and go and do my mascara, my eyeliner, my tight line, and then I will come back and show you the completed look. Okay, I am back. I just finished my eyeliner and my mascara, my tight line. I used 3 different mascaras, of course, for my mascara because I have to be extra like that. But I used CoverGirl Total Tease. I have to find them in my bag. I know what they are. But I used Maybelline Falsies Volume Express, and I also used L'Oreal Voluminous. And then for my tight line, I just used a Marc Jacobs brown liner in Earthquake, I believe is what it's called. And then I did, my wing is with L'Oreal Infallible Potted Gel Liner, which I love. And then I'm wearing a pair of B Bella lashes that I got at BeautyCon. And I'm just going to finish off the look with some lip gloss. This is from Benefit, and it's from Benefit, and it's the Sugar Bomb. It's a Sugar Bomb lip gloss. It's a tongue twister. So I'm just going to apply this. It's just kind of a nudie shade because my eyes are so intense. I don't want to do anything crazy on my lips, so I'm just keeping it super natural and just smoothing this on. And there we go. And as you can see, I also straightened my hair, my little baby hairs. They're still sticking out a little bit, but that's what they always do. But this is the completed look. I have to go find something to wear for tonight now. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This is what it looks like. And I'll actually zoom you guys in so you can see some beauty shots, I guess you could say. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It's kind of a different eyeshadow tutorial than what I normally do. I'm trying to step outside my comfort zone a little bit and experiment and try different things since I do have such an overwhelming collection of makeup. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Please leave me a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so that you can watch some of my other videos. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you later. Bye guys.
Oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said ooh, ooh, shut up.